welcome back to my channel and welcome to my November 2024 Shop My Stash. I cannot believe November is already here. It feels like I just put up my Halloween decorations. I put those up right before Labor Day and oh my god, the last couple of months they have absolutely just flown by, but here we are. We're going to be doing my November Shop My Stash. November is the month that I usually, it's just kind of like the harvest month. I put out just basic, fall harvest decorations. Have a couple scarecrows over here. My house is already decorated for that. And this month I like to do warm tones, so oranges, yellows, foresty type greens. That's kind of what we're going for. Lots of warm neutrals. Let's start with our palettes. I'm going to be putting everything back except for this one. This one is the Nomad Cosmetics Chicago Speakeasy palette. It's their fall release, and this palette is absolutely stunning. We have our outer velvet packaging, and you guys, this color story and this formula, it is stunning. I am going to be keeping this palette out for another month. I think it is the absolute perfect fall palette, so this one will stay out, but everything else is going to go back. We have our Anastasia Beverly Hills Fall Romance palette. We're putting that back. I may pull this one back out in December. I'm not sure. And then we have our Misunderstood palette, Villains ColourPop collection. I really enjoyed using this one. I put together some really fun Halloween looks with this one. And then we had a little Ghost palette from, this was the Angelica Nyquist and Odin's Eye collaboration. I got this out of a mystery box. Formula, color story, really, really pretty. I enjoyed using this one as well. I mainly used the oranges on the bottom, but I also brought in some of the purples as well. It's a very beautiful palette. And we have our, this is the Ghost Town USA from Nomad. It's one of my favorite Halloween palettes. Just love the packaging. The color story in this one was very cool toned. It's misleading though, because you'll look at some of these shades and you'll think, these look very, very warm, but when you put them on the eyelids, the shades look different. Mainly this row. These two shades look like they're nice warm tone browns, right? But when you put them on, they actually blend more purple on the eyelid, but it is a beautiful formula. Very creamy shimmers. Gorgeous. I put together some really nice Halloween looks with this one. The last two are the Ace Beauté Oceanics palette. This one is just like greens and blues. I don't think I'll put anything together just on its own with this palette. I mainly use this one as a companion with other palettes. And then the last one, love the packaging, Glam Light and Kiss. This one I think I'm going to put in my archive whenever I do my collection and declutter series next month in December. I pulled this one out thinking that I would get a lot of really cool Halloween looks with it. And as you can see, it's a beautiful palette. The tones are gorgeous. The shimmers are gorgeous. The issue with this palette though is that everything is very dark. So there isn't like a whole lot of depth, right? Looking at it through the camera, it looks like there's shades. There's some lighter shades in here, but every shade in here is dark. So no matter what I did to put together a look, it all kind of looked kind of muddy. The matte formula is gorgeous. The shimmers are absolutely stunning. It's just ended up not being a lot that I could do with this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and just at the end of the year, probably put this in my archive because I really got it for the collection. I thought the entire, Kiss collaboration, I really, really like this one. As for palettes for November, I pretty much already know what I'm going to pick out, so it shouldn't take very long. The first palette I'm going to pick out is this one. This is the Tiny Marvels collaboration, Sydney Grace. This was Mel Thompson. Rest in peace. She died, I think it was 2 years ago. Still heartbreaking, but I love this palette. The formula in here is so smooth and buttery. These shimmers are super creamy. This is going to be perfect to put together some fall looks. Let's move over to our shelf. The first palette I'm going to pull out is the Fall Romance for Ace Beauté. This one has some soft warms, some soft pinks, just in case I want to change it up a little bit. Now I do like to pick 6 palettes, and they may change as I go along. The next I'm going to pull out is from Nomad. This is the Hudson Valley. I pull this one out like pretty much every year. It is the perfect fall palette. I mean, look at that cover. Perfect color story. Just gorgeous tones of fall with those reds, the oranges, the greens. This is going to be gorgeous. I think I'm going to pull out the Blend Bunny All Done Up. I kind of pull this one out pretty much every year as well. I mean, when you have a perfect fall color story, gorgeous formula, there's no reason not to keep using it if it makes you happy. With these 3 and the other 2, that makes 5. I think I want to pull out the Dollhouse from Blend Bunny. This is a gorgeous fall palette. Let's see, beautiful soft tones in here. Let me think on this. If I don't see anything else in the drawer that I'm going to pull out, then I will pull this one, but we'll see. I'm gonna look at some mini palettes first. I don't pull out my mini palettes nearly enough, but it's because most of the time there isn't anything that I'm just wanting to, grab. The sultry palette. See, those are gorgeous fall tones too, but I'm pretty sure that I have shades like this in my other palette, so I'm not gonna pull that one. I am gonna pull this. I got this last year advent calendar. It is from Makeup Revolution. It was in the Gingy calendar, or advent calendar. This is a gorgeous, just 14 karat gold, super shiny, wet looking liquid eyeshadow. Definitely gonna pull this one, and I'm probably gonna keep this one out for December as well. I don't pull out single shadows or liquid shadows very often. First drawer, I don't think there's anything in here that I'm going to pull now. I think we're good for that drawer. Let's look at the next drawer. I think I want to pull out the Wild Child. This is a ColourPop palette. The tones in here are very rich, very sultry, very smoky. This one makes some really good fall looks. I think that might be it. I thought about pulling the Coffee palette from Juvia's Place back out again, but I think I'm going to use something different. Is there anything in this bottom drawer that I want to pull? I do have the Man-Eater palettes from Tarte. I don't want to over pull, but I do like to see what my options are. Let me pull these two and just kind of look at the color stories. All right, so we have the After Dark and then we have the Nightfall. While I like these color stories, I don't think either one of them is one that I'm just really feeling for this month, so we'll put these back. Let's move on to the rest of our makeup products. I did go ahead and decide to pull out the Sultry palette though, so that's been added to our eyeshadows. All right, let's start here first. The Complete Facial Primer from Mora. I am going to keep this one out. This one I'm going to put back. This is the About Face Foundation. This is Halsey's brand. I like the formula. I do not like the applicator. As you can see, it's a giant doe foot, and the main reason I don't like this, I feel like it's not very sanitary. Like you have to go in and out of the bottle back and forth to put it on your face, and I just don't like it. I don't feel like I get enough product out of here. I wish the bottle had a pump. If it had a pump applicator, this would be absolutely fantastic, but I'm not liking the actual application process itself. We're going to go ahead and put back the Conceal and Contour. I used up all of the corrector. It's so beautiful. I am going to try to make pan on the bronzers because I do like the bronzer contours in here. They're really, really pretty, but not really filling it for November. So I am going to put this back, but I'm going to move this to the bronzer contour drawer. It was in the concealer drawer before, but yeah, we're going to move it around. I think I'm going to keep the AOA Studio satin drops out here. I've almost used these up in this formula. It is absolutely stunning. I'm going to go ahead and put back the Ulta Beauty Mattifying Face Primer. It's okay. It's not one of my most favorite formulas. I'm going to keep out my B is for Banana. This is basically the Photo Focus Banana Powder. I'm going to keep this one out, and I'm also going to go ahead and just keep out the Revolution Banana Powder. This one I use under my eyes. This one I use all over my face. I am going to pull out a second face powder, though. I'm going to also keep out, this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I pulled this one back out. The shade is in Warm Sand, and the reason I pulled this one out, it was to replace the Incognito one from Wet n Wild that I did use up. I'm going to also keep out the Ulta Beauty Color Corrector in Peach. This is a really, really beautiful formula. It goes on very smooth. It's very lightweight, but it does a really good job of correcting the under eye darkness. This I'm going to put back. I do not like this at all. This is the Flawless Primer from AOA Studio. As an all over eye primer, I don't like it. It's very sticky. I feel like the shadows kind of just stick to it. They don't blend very well. I will say that I did try it as a glitter primer and it worked well for that, so I may try that again in the future, but just as an overall eyeshadow primer, I'm not liking this one. And I think this is the reformulated version. There was a Flawless primer, I believe, before. I liked that one. This one don't like. What else? We have the e.l.f. Essence Lash Princess. I think I pulled this one out in my last Shop My Stash. That was new. This one I pulled out in the middle of the month. This one was to replace the one from the floss that I used up. I did not like that mascara at all. I got that out of an Allure Beauty box. That is not one that I will actually purchase on my own. It was not very good. This is from KVD Beauty. It's the full sleeve mascara. I really like this one. It gives me nice, thick, fluttery looking lashes, lots of volume, and combined with the essence, it is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to keep out the Relove Slick Flick Liner. I'm also going to keep out the Draw the Line one from Beauty Creations. This is like my third month. So I'm only keeping it out because it's almost used up. So I want to get that one used up. I'm also going to keep out the NYX Powder Louder Brow Pencil. Once I use this one up, I'll pull in a new one. I am going to put back the ColourPop. This is the Liquid BFF liner. The shade is in the heels. I pulled this out because I thought I could use this to make some really cool Halloween looks, but I only used it one time. I didn't really like it. The shade and formula, it's fine, but I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't do much with this. We're going to put back both of our setting sprays. I pulled out the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Mist. It's an okay one. Same thing with the setting spray from AOA Studio. In the fall and the winter, I don't need like a whole lot of super just locking in my makeup because, it is the fall and the winter. My skin is super oily, and in like the spring and the summer, I definitely need that, but I don't need it so much, this time of year, if it actually starts to cool down, because it is like November 4th and I'm still turning on the air conditioner. It's ridiculous. I'm over it. Now we're going to work on this basket right here. I did pull out a lot of stuff in October. I just wanted to have options, but yeah, pretty much everything here is going to be going back. We have from ColourPop. This is the Baby Cakes. I love this one. I'll probably pull this one back out in December because I like the more cooler tones in the winter. This is from Profusion. It's the Wild Rose Cream Blush. It's part of the Full Bloom collection. This is a stunning formula. I loved it. This one, actually, I'm going to put this in my everyday makeup drawer. This is the contouring stick from Black Up. I'm currently working on this end to use it up. As you can see, we are making fantastic progress on this. It's going in my everyday makeup drawer. I'm going to keep out the Venetian Romance. This is the creamy bronzer in Canal, but I am going to pull out a second option. This one right here, you guys, this is the Blush Duo Petal Pop Cream Powder from AOA Studio in Bouquet. This formula is stunning. I blend the cream over my foundation, set everything down with powder, and then I go back in with the powder blush over the top. Both these formulas blend they're so smooth, they're so buttery, they look like skin, like you're just putting on just a really pretty flat flush of color. It doesn't feel like you're putting on blush. They just blend so beautifully, and I think these are only $1. This is such a beautiful formula. This one I did not use once. I pulled this one out for the shade on the bottom, and like I said, yeah, I did not use it once. I don't know why, but I was more drawn to like other things, and I just didn't use this one. And we have from Nude Sticks, this is the Matte Cream Blush. I got this out of an Allure Beauty box. It is a beautiful formula. The issue though is it's not very pigmented. I felt like I really had to build and build and build with this, and then it didn't last very long on my skin. I do have oily skin. I feel like this formula is made more for somebody with more normal to dry skin. Even though it does say matte, it's not really a matte formula. It's really creamy, and it does have a little bit of a glow to it. We have our Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. This is the Blueberry Blush. Love this one as well. This one I'm going to keep out. This is from AOA Studio. Is the Hush Cream Blush in Charm. It's a really pretty red. The bronzers that I picked out for this last Shop My Stash in October were the Sephora Bronzed. This is in Santorini. And then I also pulled out from AOA Studio the Perfect Bronzer. And this one is in Toasted. I'm going to put both of these back. I'm going to keep this one out. This is from CoverGirl. I actually pulled this one in like towards the middle of the month. I switched out something else. The shade is in Hot Frenzy. It is a perfect, gorgeous red. We're going to put back from Odin's Eye. This is our Soul Mane Moonlight Fill Highlighter in Moon Talk. This is a gorgeous blue and green shifty tone. And we're going to put back and then this one is from Be Perfect. We're going to put this one back, the Scorch Blush in Fever. It's a really pretty glowy purpley blush. What I did was I applied one of the other like matte. What I did was, the way that I use this one is I first applied one of my powder kind of purpley blushes and then just kind of put this over the top. It's just to give it a slight bit of a glow, just like a little bit of a highlight. It's a gorgeous formula. And we have from Eyelash Studio, this is a creamy blush in Tea Party. We're going to put this back and then we have the Noctilucent palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This one is a highlighter palette. I mainly use these as eyeshadows, like creamy, shifty eyeshadows. Such a beautiful formula. Start with foundation first, and another one that I'm going to pull out is this one. This is from Eyelash Studio. This is the Vision Matte Primer. What shade is this? I don't even know. T1 for concealer. I have a couple over there that I'm working on. You know what? Let's go ahead and pull out another Eyelash Studio one. This is the Flawless Liquid Concealer. The shade is an M3. For primers, I'm going to pull out this one. The Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Poreless Primer. This is going along pretty quickly. Powders. I did say that I wanted to pull out a second one, and the one that I want to pull out is going to be this one from Eyelash Studio, the Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent. That part was easy. I think I do want a face palette this month, and the one that I want to pull out is this one. This is from Makeup Revolution. This is just it's a blush highlighter palette. I got this out of an advent calendar. There's no actual name to it. But I think I'm going to pull this one. I think that is going to be it. Now let's move over to the other side. We don't need mascara or liners or brow pencils, so let's move straight into highlighters. And I know I want something very, very warm. It's kind of what I like to go for in November and the fall. And I think I want to do this one. This one's from Pico Milano. It's the Unexpected Paradise Highlighter in Golden River. That is an option. We have this one from Nomad. Sydney Bathers. This one may be too light. Actually, no, that's pink. So yeah, we definitely won't be using this one. And we have from CoverGirl, the True Blend Super Stunner. The shade is in Gilded Glory. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull this one and put this one back. Is that going to be it? Is that all we want to do? I think that is going to be it as far as highlighter. Let's move into our second highlighter drawer. We don't want to pull a cream. Actually, let me pull out this one. This is from Kiko Milano. This is the Dolce Diva Glam Cushion Highlighter in number 3. Moving into bronzers, let's pick out a cream first. And it is going to be this one from Revolution Pro. This is the Glow Edit Cream Bronzer in bronze. Gorgeous creamy formula. Powder, what do I want to do? This is the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory Cream Chocolate Bronzer. Got this out of an advent calendar last year from Revolution. I think I want to pull out one more. I'm just kind of like rotating through. Let's pull back out from Give Beauty, Gwen Stefani. This is actually a cream and powder both. I added this to my collection a couple of months ago. I do like this one, so let's use this one again. Moving into powder blush. We do like the super warm tones for this month. I'm going to pull out from Alani. This is the Baked Powder Blush in Coco Felicita. It's a perfect warm tone blush with just a hint of a glow. This is the only blush that I have like this one, and I pretty much pull this one out like every fall. When you have something you love, there's nothing wrong with sticking to it. I'm also going to pull this one. This one will be more like an everyday blush. This is the Precious Minerals from Starry. I got this one from the Dollar Tree. This one is a natural glow. This will be a perfect, just everyday, very soft and neutral tone. What else do I want? What do I want? Let's pull this one out. This is Bella from Juvia's Place. Pull that one. That's going to be it for this drawer. Let's see what we have down here as far as creams. I do have some stuff in my everyday makeup drawer that I'm still using. I will probably be switching some of that stuff out going into December, but let's pull out the Tower 28 in Beach Please Golden Hour. And I want to pull out from ColourPop. This is in Darling. This is part of the Tinkerbell collection. This is a gorgeous, just beautiful, warm toned brown, like a little bit of red sparkle. Perfect for the fall. That's not going to be it. I think I'll pull this one back out. This is from Perfusion. Full Bloom in Rose Petal. It's a really pretty everyday warm. And I think that's going to be it for my blushes. Can you believe I actually went so fast? I did not overpool this month. I am very, very proud of myself. Everything has been organized. We are all set and ready for November. I am super excited about putting together some new looks. I hope you guys enjoyed this Shop My Stash. If you did, please try to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help me get my videos into recommendations. If you're new and you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider joining my little family. Hitting subscribe, make sure you tap the bell so you don't miss a thing. And you can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.